Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. So this morning, I want to share something with you that I believe every single one of us in this community, if not the entire world, has had some challenges with sometime in their lifetime. And I do believe probably this time that we're living in right now may be one of the most challenging times to offer this up to others and to ourselves. And that is the experience of forgiveness. You know, forgiveness for many people, it's like the F word, right? You're like, oh, I can't know if I can even say that, or more importantly, practice it. But I want you just to see if you can just kind of soften your heart right now. Maybe you can just kind of put your hands on your heart. Let me share some amazing things that I've been learning about forgiveness. And I've done a lot of forgiveness work of myself since I became sober, since I became open, since I became more spiritual. I like to say since I became less religious and more spiritual. That's when a lot of the great forgiveness work in my life really to take hold. And as I've been looking at the world around me, hearing from you, seeing messages from you, private sharing from you, I know that many of us in this community are really working on forgiveness around the political things, the social things, the things. So let me offer you some comfort, maybe some encouragement. This is science, this is spiritual, this is awesome. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to love what forgiveness can do for you. So what we know in terms of forgiveness, right now, there's over 24,000 studies that have been done on what happens under the influence of forgiveness, like physiologically and cognitively, neurochemically. Unbelievable, amazing, powerful things happen to us, our entire being, under the influence of forgiveness, including, this is interesting, it actually lowers fatigue. So when you're not carrying resentment, it only makes sense, but they've actually looked at adrenal function. And they found out when people are really good at forgiveness, and that, what does it basically mean with forgiveness? It means that you are giving ahead of time. You don't have to carry it around. You don't have to wait for things to become perfect. And then you potentially will give somebody what it is they need to go on with their life. Or more importantly, what you need to go on with your life. Giving to yourself ahead of time. Lowers fatigue, increases a self-examination that leads to a sense of wholeness psychologically. On top of that, improves our sleep. It actually helps us to feel more optimistic and more resilient. It actually increases psychological fortitude, balance, and tenacity towards going after one's goals. Interesting, isn't that? And then it actually helps our immune system and lower systemic inflammation. Wow, a lot of goodness coming from forgiveness. And beyond the science, I think we all know that there's probably somebody right here and right now that could use forgiveness. And interesting for me, I have learned over the last 30 plus years of doing this kind of work spiritually, I'm always the one who I have the hardest time forgiving more than anyone. I have a very high standard for my life, and usually it's ridiculously high. I think for a lot of people who've come out of dark times in their life or done time in the dark spaces, we feel like the time that we have to make up is sort of like our penalty box, and it'll never be enough. We will never be enough. Worthiness is a huge piece of this. So I have really worked on this in my life, and I tell you, I'm getting a lot better at it. I'm getting a lot lighter with it. I'm learning how to give to myself quickly. And I enjoy it because I'm like, oh my goodness, you could hold yourself hostage in a space of darkness or contempt or unworthiness for, a couple days, maybe weeks, even a few years. Or how about this, James? Why don't you look at the beauty of your life and who you are always working towards becoming, and give yourself the opportunity for forgiveness as fast as possible, and watch how quickly you will see your social unity increase, your sense of clarity, and your self-fortitude. You're reducing your fatigue, you're improving your sleep, you're going to help yourself to be moving into a space of grace. Let us be awesome at the F word. Let us take it out of that derogatory, heavy space and move it into the mindful grace space. Forgiveness, a lease on life, an openness to healing, a space that I think every single one of us fully deserves. And there's probably someone in our life beyond just us who could use to hear those words from you and me right now. Let's be heroic with our love. Let's hold no one, including ourselves, hostage. Let's give openly and forgive always. Much love, all blessings. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.